Hey everybody, Mazer here, and welcome to another episode of Small Table. Today we're going to discuss the Mortal Kombat trailer. Oh my god! Yes, Mortal Kombat is one of my favorite franchises of all time. I cannot go into enough detail of just how much I love this series, even on the lowest levels, like games like Sub-Zero Mythologies or Special Forces. I love Mortal Kombat. Okay, I that's a whole different video about my history with it. I just want you to know I am a huge fan. I got the movie, I got the games, I got the vinyl soundtrack. Oh, Mortal Kombat. Okay, let's just get down to business right away. So in the early 90s, we had the first Mortal Kombat movie that got dropped, this one right here, and I remember seeing it in theaters and being completely blown away. I was like, oh my god, they brought Mortal Kombat to the big screen. This is everything I wanted. And yes, I mean, the biggest complaint was it wasn't rated R, it wasn't violent, but we still got all the moves. Liu Kang does the fireball. Johnny Cage did the shadow kick and the nut punch. Scorpion did the flame and the spear, and Sub-Zero did the ice. And for me, the first Mortal Kombat movie is the best video game adaptation ever made. You won't be able to win a fight with me because it's everything I wanted it to be. We got the fights, we got the characters, we had the look. It had just enough of the Mortal Kombat cheesiness. You had the great characters, the great humor. And because of the movie, like, things in the game even changed. They loved the Australian actor who played Kano so much that from then on, Kano was Australian and had that Cockney accent. It was so much fun. And I'm gushing. I'm gushing. So a while ago, they announced that they were making a new Mortal Kombat movie. It's been going on and off for so many years. Like, it's insane. And, since the second film, we've had a cartoon series. We're not talking about the second film. We just shoved that away. But since the second movie, we've had cartoon series, a live action series, a YouTube series, and a fake movie trailer. And recently, we even had a Scorpion animated movie, which was just completely brutal. But we've been hearing rumors of another live action R-rated Mortal Kombat movie for ages. There's even an old website I go to that still talks about it from like the late 90s, early 2000s, this live action Mortal Kombat movie that never got made. And after all these years, we're finally getting a new Mortal Kombat movie, and they actually finished it. It wasn't something that got, stuck in production hell. They finished it and it's finally coming out. But because of COVID and everything, we haven't seen a trailer. It's been delayed over and over and over and over and over. But bit by bit, we start seeing photos. Like, we see Sub-Zero with the ice dagger. We see Kung Lao and Liu Kang in a good pose. And I'm like, ooh, this is looking kind of good. But how is it looking action? Then on HBO, they drop these 1 to 2 second clips during one of their big movie trailer compilations, and everyone on Reddit and stuff made gifs out of them, and we were rewatching. I'm like, this 1 second of footage looks really good. But what about the goddamn trailer? Well, they dropped the trailer today. Red Band trailer on top of that. And I told you, I was like, oh god, it looks good, but how does it play? It plays beautifully. Simply as that. Basically, the trailer starts off with Sonya Blade telling a brand new character named Cole, I believe his name is Cole Young, about this ancient mythical tournament known as Mortal Kombat. And as she's describing this, she mentions how her team went to a crime scene where somebody with supernatural abilities just slaughtered everyone. And then we cut to seeing Sub-Zero and Jax. And Jax shoots at Sub-Zero. He freezes the bullet in the barrel of the gun. And then he freezes Jax's arms and tears them off. And that's how the trailer starts. And as Sonya's talking to Cole and, with Jax, we start finding out there's other characters. They introduce everybody in a little roll call. You have Kung Lao, you have Kano, you have Raiden. And then as we're seeing everybody, we're getting little glimpses of all these different environments. There's a desert, there's a city, uh, there's like these really dark battlegrounds and everything. And then we get this really cool moment where you're seeing this, like, it looks like old school, um, Japanese, Chinese villagers. And one of them is just butchering the hell out of these three other guys. And, he has the kunai spear, and it's like, oh, there's freaking Hanzo, right? And then it shows a blade go right through a door and slide up. There's a splatter of blood, and Sonya starts discussing, Mortal Kombat, and then we are introduced to Raiden, who explains, these are my champions, yada yada, and then they cut to a brief glimpse of Shang Tsung, who looks really badass in this armor, and he's basically telling Raiden, doesn't matter how many of my troops you bury, we will win. And during all this, we're getting cool little glimpses of everybody's powers. We're seeing Liu Kang summon a fire dragon based off his, Mortal Kombat 2 fatality, revamped to the Mortal Kombat 11 X-ray attack. That's the fire dragon. And we're just getting all these fun little glimpses of all the different characters and little abilities. But then, the scene that screams Mortal Kombat more than anything else shown in this trailer, they show Sub-Zero. And he has this gravelly, raspy voice, very reminiscent of Mortal Kombat 11, where he goes, I am Sub-Zero. And the camera turns and he's going against Scorpion. My boy! And he looks so good. And they get into a fight. Now, the whole trailer is good, but at this exact moment, is when the movie trailer goes from good to phenomenal. And I'll tell you why. Because it's at this moment where the movie feels like Mortal Kombat. As much as I love the original, it was still grounded strongly in reality. They were all real martial artists doing real martial arts, and all the fighting and combat was very grounded. And this scene, this like 10-second scene, Sub-Zero pulls Scorpion forward, slices up his shoulder. The blood sprays into the air. Sub-Zero freezes the blood, grabs it, and stabs Scorpion in the chest with the ice dagger while creating an ice wall. Then he grabs Scorpion and chucks him through the wall. That is so Mortal Kombat 10 and 11. That is like a complete combo that we see in the game. Then Scorpion gets up like nothing happened, pulls out his spear and does, get over here! And it was at that moment that I realized this feels like Mortal Kombat. This is what Mortal Kombat's always been about. The gratuitous violence, the insane over-the-top fighting and combos, and just the mixture of realism with mysticism. And I have never seen anything more Mortal Kombat in live action than that moment. That moment right there. When he freezes the blood and throws him through the wall. That's Mortal Kombat. And I loved it. And after that part of the trailer, it shows the title and we get, coming in April. It's all cool. But then at the last second, you hear Shang Tsung say, finish him. And it's just a quick montage of blood, guts, and death. Just instant, arms breaking, someone getting their chest impaled with a fist. Melina is attacking someone and licking blood off her sides. You see Goro in this beautiful CGI glory just tackling someone. And at the very, very end, you got Kano, the badass himself, holding a person's heart. He's like, Kano wins. Effing beautiful. I'm like, oh, they nailed Kano beautifully. I can't explain how excited I am. I've watched this trailer like so many times, and there's so much attention to detail. You can see Scorpion's kunai blade. I think that's what it's called. The blade of his spear, how it's modeled after one of the spearheads in the Mortal Kombat in the later games where you could customize them. It's just the voices of Scorpion and Sub-Zero sound really on point. I know there's been complaints that people are like, "Get over here" isn't as like big and from the chest. It's not as loud and exciting sounding, but it sounds more realistic, especially muffled by his mask. Sub-Zero's Dr. Claw voice sounds really cool. Sonya seems on point. Jax looks on point. Kano has one of the biggest changes. His left eye is not completely cybernetic, but you see scars all around his eye. You can see them glowing underneath the skin. So we see that he does have a cybernetic implant. Sub-Zero's armor's on point. Scorpion's armor's on point. Unfortunately, we didn't see much of Raiden. We didn't see much of Mileena. What we did see, though, was Shang Tsung, and he has this really cool armor. And he looks great. I know nothing will ever replace, no one can replace Carrie from the first film. But this guy's pretty damn good looking, too, as Shang Tsung. So the biggest concern everyone has, though, is who is this new character, Cole? He's like this everyday, everyman, normal dude that we have to give the exposition for. And there are rumors he may be another type of main character, but with a different name. He may be related to a main character. Somehow there might be a big twist at the end. We don't know yet. But I'm not really that bothered by the idea of bringing in a brand new movie created character to play the everyman. In the first film, it was kind of filled by Johnny Cage, who is suspiciously missing from this trailer and the lineup. But the director did say on Twitter at one point, "Don't worry, we never forgot about Johnny. We just have something different in mind for him." So maybe that's Cole. There's a rumor that Johnny Cage could be Cole's like stage name, or Cole Young is like his fighter's name and his real name is Johnny Cage. We don't know. I do like the idea. That's Everyday Man, because we as the audience could probably bond with him better, as he's going to be probably the most normal character out of all of them. I like the nods to the first film where Sub-Zero grabs Jax's gun and breaks the barrel off, which was based off, obviously, the scene in the first film where Sub-Zero does that to Sonya's handgun. I like seeing Hanzo versus the Kung. I'm guessing it's the Lin Kuei at the start of the trailer. I'm guessing that might be how the movie begins. It might start with a flashback. So this could be more towards a Sub-Zero Scorpion storyline, maybe, with the tournament as a secondary plot, kind of like the Scorpion's Revenge film. But I don't know. The fact is, I'm excited and it looks good. It looks better than it deserves to be at this, day and age for a video game based movie. It seems like they went a slightly alternative route with the story, which is fine, because let me tell you this. Every time they do Mortal Kombat 1 storyline, it is different. In the very first game, it was strictly a tournament. Kano joins the tournament to get treasure. Sonya joins the tournament to get Kano. Scorpion's there for revenge. It's strictly a tournament. And Liu Kang was there because Shang Tsung corrupted the tournament. That was it. Outworld, all that jazz was not put in until the second game. Then you have Scorpion's Revenge, where you find out Scorpion... Spoilers. Y'all ready? Okay, good. Scorpion's the one who kills Goro. Goro's the one who rips Jax's arms off. But then in Mortal Kombat 9, Ermac rips Jax's arms off. And every time they redo MK1's story, it's always different. The key ending, though, is Liu Kang beats Shang Tsung. That's always the, major plot point. But who defeats Goro? Who defeats, you know, so and so and so and so? That always changes, and the main character always changes. I mean, hell, in not special forces, Shaolin monks, the tournament ends with the island collapsing, and then we get this whole side story involving the White Lotus Society and Liu Kang trying to help everybody from Shang Tsung's invading forces. I mean, they change up the whole ending in Shaolin monks. And they also change like a lot of the origins, or they fast forwarded the origins of certain characters. Like we have Scorpion hunting down Noob Saibot, and that was him discovering that Noob Saibot was originally, was the original Sub-Zero. Doesn't come until like after 4 when Scorpion gets all of his memories back. It's always confusing. So I don't mind that they changed up the storyline because they have before. They have A to B. In every Mortal Kombat reiteration of the first game, A to B. And it's always Liu Kang chosen by Raiden to defeat Shang Tsung. Everything else can be changed and altered in some way. So, yeah, I'm excited. I think the trailer looks great. I think the movie looks great. I like the costumes. I like the actors being chosen to represent all of our favorite characters. I like the Easter eggs that we're seeing. I'm surprised that they showed Goro, but I'm very happy that we saw Goro. How the story is going to commence, I don't know. I do believe the Lin Kuei versus Hanzo fight will be at the start of the film. When we get Scorpion versus Sub-Zero in that frozen warehouse, that's a mystery. What's wrong with you? That's a mystery. I don't know if that's in the middle of the movie. That could be maybe after Jax gets his arms ripped off. Or, I don't know. But, yeah, that's my personal opinion on the movie. It looks like a perfect blend of the Mortal Kombat mysticism with real-world concepts. I don't mind having a new character, Cole Young. I think the costumes look good. The art style, the cinematography looks good. After seeing the Scorpion Sub-Zero teaser, I believe these guys who are directing the movie have an idea what the fans want. And that's just, we want over-the-top, gratuitous fighting. That's really what it is. And if they can deliver a realistic, live-action version of what we see in the games, combo-wise and ability-wise, I'm down for that, 100%. Is this going to be a great movie, like flawless? I highly doubt it. No Mortal Kombat movie or iteration is flawless, but it will be fun. And I think we need that more and more these days. We need movies that are just fun. Like Bill and Ted Face the Music. Was it great? Not really. Was it fun? Hell yes, and it was worth the price of admission. And I think Mortal Kombat is going to be right up there. It's going to be a fun, just, fanboy joygasm of a movie. And I'm really looking forward to it. Have you seen the trailer? And if you have, please tell me what you thought in the comments. Are you excited for the movie? Are you disappointed in some of the changes? Let me know. I read every comment, even though everyone tells me I shouldn't. And I will see you guys next time. I am Mazer. This is Jack. And we'll see you then.